This is definitely a different type of bonnet blessing. Listen, I wanted to come and tell you all the story of me and iFly, but I wanted to do it in a different way. And so here you got an extended bonnet blessing version. And so I'm going to tell the story in less than 7 minutes. And I'm right now preparing a candle, and I figure why not let you see how I use my hands doing certain things, from using a lighter. Like using a regular lighter is a little bit difficult. Lighting a candle, preparing breakfast for my family. We're not gonna do the whole breakfast because again, I said 7 minutes or less, as well as making tea for the mister because he wasn't feeling that well this morning, as well as making coffee for Mawai. So let's get right into it. Listen, I don't eat a lot of bacon, but we're going to eat some bacon today and some chicken sausages. And then I made eggs and biscuits, but that's not in this video. Anyway, let's get right to it because now we have 6 minutes to talk about it. So Thursday, we went to iFly Chicago. As if you don't know, I have a homeschool program called Homeschool Helps. It is a non-for-profit 501c3 organization, and we do trips. We have students, but we also like to expand our horizon and help additional homeschool parents in whatever way we can, as well as the students. And so we run a lot of different programs, and we like to do a lot of different trips, fun trips, educational trips, a mixture of the both. And that's what iFly was about. We went to a STEM day at iFly in Lincoln Park. And so, and we're here in Chicago. And so while we were there, I had went in first. You know, we were all going in. I got weighed because you got to stand on the scale, and then they put the wristband on you, and then they have you to go sit in the circular room. And so we did that. I was out there because it's kind of a trip that I put on, so I was making sure that everybody got everything together, everybody got everything, was everything ran smoothly. And so once we went in, we were there really early, so we had time to basically just chill. I kept going to the front so that as people were coming in, I would make sure I see them. So the guy at the front desk saw me a lot because, again, we were making sure that everything ran smoothly. And so by the time it was time for them to go into the room for their first session, they went into the room. I didn't initially go into the room because I was making sure the rest of the people got there okay. And so I was out of the room by the front desk for quite a while. Then I eventually went into the room with them once everybody was there and settled and all the other good things. And so we were in that room for about 45 minutes. Then when we came out of the room, it was time to get ready for us to fly. And so, we was all waiting for them to tell us to come and put on our suits. And while I was standing there with some of the kids and adults, the guy from the front desk came up to me with the voucher in his hand, and he was trying to, I guess, be sympathetic, but the way he said it, and he didn't pull me to the side, and he was just like, "Oh, here's a voucher for two. Maybe you could go to our Rosemont site." Or I was confused. I didn't know what was going on at this moment, and so I'm like, "Huh?" He's like, "Yeah, our staff here isn't equipped right now to handle you, and." It's only one person that's going to be in there. It's not two, and you're gonna need two people in there inside of the simulator, inside of the tube with the air, where it makes it seem like you're flying. And I was like, huh? He was like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to fly today. And I was like, well, why? And he was like, because we need someone specially trained to be in there with you. And so I'm sorry. And I was like, but why? I can do, everything that they said on the video. I said, and the only thing they asked was if we were pregnant or if we were, had any back injury and things like that. Nothing about my hands or anything. And so he was like, I know. Like, it was just like, no, let's see, let's talk, let's move to the side. It was no privacy. I felt very embarrassed. And so I just went ahead and went in the bathroom, had me a moment, came back out. And I was like, wait a minute. I want my money back. Why would I want to go to another site where I could potentially feel the same thing? So I went to the front desk and I asked for my money back. And at that moment, he was like, oh, I got to call corporate. I said, please do, or I can call corporate because there's no way that I shouldn't be able to get my money back. I showed up. I've been here for a while, and this was not taken care of properly. So long story short, Some of the parents didn't like the way I was handled as well and what was going on. So I didn't even know that they were defending me to the point where they didn't know whether I would go back and sue them or anything. So they ended up calling in their legal team, and another a bigger boss came and things like that. And at that moment, I was dealing with my emotions because I was there with my kids, and I had to make sure that I stayed in a good spirit for them. This was not about me. This was for them. So I was just like, okay, Nina, just get over it. Let's go. And so at that time, I went ahead and got myself together, enjoyed it for the kids, went to the bathroom. And then by this time, they had somebody else there like, oh, we're going to let you fly. And I dealt with my emotions and stuff, and I was like, no, thank you. Let's just keep it about the kids. They're done flying. They finna go to another part of the program, and we just gonna keep it moving. And so I was definitely touched. I was definitely emotional. I had a lot going on. And so I used it as an opportunity, though, at the end of the day to go ahead and say, let me offer this as a training, because a lot of people and places don't know how to work with, or let's just say this, have the proper etiquette to deal with people with physical difference. So y'all, I'm developing a whole training. I believe this is going to be my open door for corporate businesses, whether it's jumpy houses or anything, anywhere people with special needs go and are in the environment. So y'all want to stay tuned. I told y'all I was kicking my speaking career back off, right? Well, God done showed me that this wasn't even the enemy. This was all God. How do you perceive a thing? This has opened up a door for me, and it's going to open up a door for so many other people. But more importantly, it is going to be an opportunity that nobody else has to feel what I felt on that day. All right, y'all. Share this out and go to my website. See what I got some stuff on there. www.ninaaddison.com. Talk to you soon.